Good evening. We're Team E and our project for the subject of ergonomy took place in El Acero Pedregal. Our purpose in this project is to study and evaluate a workstation using the ergonomic tools of Rula and OWASP. After that, based on our evaluation, we will design a workstation based on anthropometry, with the objective to reduce the risk of injuries and MSDs in the worker. El Acero Pedregal is located in Camino Huinalá, San Miguel, number 202, in Lomas del Pedregal, in Apodaca, Nuevo León. This business began at 2016 in Guadalupe, and the exponential growth of the business took place in 2017, with the establishment of 6 official branches, but currently there are 4 branches because of economic problems that they had. The good service and the quality of the product is what has led them to be competitive in this branch of roasted chicken. In El Asadero Pedregal they offer as a product grilled chicken, grilled sausage, grilled onion, grilled pepper, tortillas, and totopos. Our methodology is based on Rula, OWASP, and anthropometry. Rula method is going to be used to analyze the video and to know the final score and the actions that we have to take. The OWASP method is for the most important movements from the worker and to extend the analysis. Then anthropometry is necessary to know how can we design a better workstation and eliminate some risks. Rapid upper limb assessment or Rula method is a postural targeting method for estimating the risk of work-related upper limb disorders. A Rula assessment gives a quick and systematic assessment of the postural risk to a worker. Ovaco Working Analysis System, or OWASP, is a method that identifies the most common work postures for the back, arms, and legs, and the weight of the load handled. Whole body posture is described by these body parts with a 4-digit code. These 252 postures have been classified in 4 action categories, indicating needs for ergonomic changes. The observations are made as snapshots, and sampling has usually been with constant time intervals. Finally, anthropometry. Anthropometric data is used for the study of human body measurement, for anthropological classification and comparison. It includes body measurements such as height, weight, and hand size, and functional measurements principally concerning on how far people can reach in different directions.
Okay, that was the video. So the analysis with Rula method said that we need to change the workstation soon because the movements of the person can produce problems in the future. The final score of the analysis was 6. That said is necessary to investigate further and change soon. And the critical movements are from arms and thorax because the score was 3 and 4 for the 2 characteristics. And then using OWASP method, the main characteristics about the worker performance were identified when he charged the order. When he want to take the money as below the table is a problem. So according to the analysis, the worker back position is a problem. You can see the way of the movement in the photo, in the video, and his back is bent. And then in the table, the score of the four characteristics gave us the final score with 2 points, the risk characteristic. So the always evaluation results indicates that corrective actions have to be taken in the near future because the anatomical worker's position can cause damage to the musculoskeletal system, and the relative frequency is 100% because he always do that. He always bend the back when he need to take the money. So there's a problem. And then anthropometry is the body dimension from the worker because he works alone. And the most important is elbow high. Then the proposals is redesign the workstation, putting up the table about 5 or 10 centimeters lower than the elbow high. Actually, the elbow high is 107 centimeters above the floor. The new height is the new height of the table is going to actually avoid the inclination of wax worker. The complete design of the table consists in put the cutting area first in the middle, the onions in the compartment below, and put a plastic bag dispenser fastened to the table to be easier the way to package. And locate the grill sausage deposit of the left side of the table, and this is going to help us to have the workstation closer. This change will help to avoid unnecessary moves of the worker that you can see in the video. And then put the cash register in another table at elbows high. Place it at 25 or 35 degrees of the workstation. This change is going to prevent back pain because the worker doesn't need to bend. We suggest to have a water dispenser close of the workstation because the temperature is so high and can cause dehydration. And finally, implement the use of safety girdle and safety wristband to be more ergonomic. And then we have the actual layout and the proposal layout. We can see the cook table and cash in the same table like the video in the actual layout, and a big table only with the sausages in the actual layout too. The proposal is based to use the big table as the cutting table with the sausages, the cutting area, and the package area, with the cash register at the right side and the water dispenser at the other side and at the left side with the sausages. And with these improves, we can have a better workstation.
Well, in this slide we must see the workstation proposal design with the ergonomic rug, the water dispenser, the new locate of the register cache, and the new locate of the sausages. This is gonna help us to save time at the moment of the observe the chicken at the plate. Also, we have the new table. The new table is gonna help us to prevent cumulative trauma disorders. In this slide, we have the ruler method with proposals. With all the change in the workstation, the final score can be 2 or 3. but it's acceptable to do this job. The change that we made helped the worker to decrease the risk, and the worker will feel more comfortable with his duty. After we had the OWASP method with proposals. Now the position of the worker when he changed the order is normal, and with the ergonomic math there is not necessary any type of action. Well, in this slide we have the eliminated risk with the proposals. First, we have lumbar problems for bending over repetitively, fatigue in arms and legs. This was caused for the table that we have. Neck pain, dehydration. We treated the dehydration with the water dispenser. For forced postures of trunk and neck, shoulder injuries from long stretches. In this slide, we have the cumulative trauma disorder that we eliminated with the proposals mentioned before. At first, we have the tennis elbow. The worker was in constant risk because the position of his arms. He might injure himself and develop this cumulative trauma disorder if he don't follow the proposal that we mentioned before. The second cumulative trauma disorder that we eliminate is low back pain. This trauma was eliminated thanks to the ergonomic rug, the safety belt, and the new order of the workstation. Because the back of the worker is going to be safer after these improvements. An operation cost to these cumulative trauma disorders, it's about 45,000 to 60,000, and the rehabilitation cost is 2,000 only the first consult. Finally, we have the implementation cost of the proposals that we mentioned before. First, we have the cash register table that have a cost of 1,699 pesos. The ergonomic rug that we proposed before, it's about 325 pesos. The water dispenser, it's about 1,800 pesos. The plastic bag dispenser, it's 1,000. The safety belt, it's about 150 pesos, and the safety wristband, it's the same price of the safety belt, 150 pesos. We have a total of 4,888 pesos finally. As conclusion, we have that sometimes the answer for a problem is next to you. We designed the workstation of this business because we saw a dedicated employee who works alone in that branch. So we analyzed with ergonomic tools how risky it was, and that helped to know what improves are necessary. The application of the anthropometry was necessary to change the measures of the workstation and thus be able to eliminate the possible risk.